Sandra, TikTok facing backlash after videos supporting a letter written decades ago by the mastermind of the 9/11 attacks surged in popularity. Osama bin Laden's infamous letter to America condemns the United States for its support of Israel. The Chinese-owned TikTok says it's aggressively taking down videos promoting the disturbing document, but will TikTok face any consequences? Let's bring in Chair of the House Select Committee on China, Wisconsin Republican Congressman Mike Gallagher. Congressman, good to have you with us. There are renewed calls to ban TikTok after what happened regarding to bin Laden's infamous terrorist screed, the so-called letter to America. But is it realistic? I recall back not too long ago that Congress seemed to have TikTok on the ropes. The CEO, Shou Chew, had the stuffing beaten out of him in a hearing, and then the whole idea just kind of went away.
It is realistic. There's no question we lost momentum as a combination of a few factors. One is that TikTok launched a massive multi-million-dollar lobbying campaign, the likes of which I've never seen in my time in Congress. You may recall that in the Republican debates, they've been running ads saying that TikTok is all about small business and apple pie and America and all that. So that's put some people on their heels in the swamp. The other thing is other efforts to try and ban it from the Senate were drawn a bit too broadly. There was a concern that this would amount to a grant of authority to the executive branch. We've learned from that failure, and now I think we're close to having a targeted bill that would allow for one of two outcomes: an outright ban, which would be the gold standard, or a forced sale to an American company, which would have control of the algorithm, which would satisfy my national security concerns. And the fact that the Chinese Communist Party has thus far proven unwilling to allow such a sale tells you everything you need to know about this app being potentially a propaganda instrument or weapon for the CCP, an instrument to be used for what Xi Jinping calls the smokeless battlefield of information warfare.
What would you say, Congressman, to these young people on TikTok, the so-called creators? Some people might call them attention seekers, who took a look at this and said, oh my gosh, you've got to read this. It's such a revelation. It changed my life.
Well, I hate to be crude, but I would say that anyone that reads bin Laden's letter to America and thinks that it's revelatory and there's something to be admired in it is a complete idiot. I mean, the TLDR version of the letter is America is a slave to the evil Jews. Israel must be destroyed, and by extension, America must be destroyed. So if you believe those things, you are almost unredeemable. I mean, that's crazy. And to amplify that rhetoric is very, very dangerous. It could result in violence. We've seen an explosion of anti-Semitism here in America, in other so-called sophisticated Western societies. It's very, very dangerous. And while social media in general is a cesspool, I will grant that, TikTok is unique in that it is owned by a Chinese company which is beholden to the Chinese Communist Party. And given the CCP's demonstrable desire to divide America against America, to amplify the narrative that America is an evil, systemically racist place, it would be national self-suicide to allow the dominant media platform in America to be controlled or at least influenced by the Chinese Communist Party.
All right.